that he doesn't want to be part of society, this, that, and another. Or they say that about criminals. And criminals, if you really look at it, oop, woo, hold on, shut up, shutting up. That's loud. Okay, so always got to check to make sure that we up and running. So yeah, it's people say that about criminals, but criminals are only really made because we deem them to be. That's the things that people do to each other is human nature. It's the same things that all other animals do, except for they're allowed to fight back, and if they lose, nobody's punishing them for those who suffer the consequences of their losses. And it doesn't matter if it was intended or not, just like we make laws that state whether you intend to harm somebody or not. Those are different degrees. See, out in the wild, as the animals we are, because that's another fantasy that we've told ourselves. It, the simple is fact. We've been drinking our own Kool-Aid, man, and so we believe in all of these things because we want to believe that we're better, but we're not. We've imprisoned ourselves, and even though we're animals just like others, but we've imprisoned ourselves with our fear, and that fear allowed us to be willing to enslave ourselves to that fear and create a so-called society, this so-called contract in which we hand over all of our own power to everybody else and talk about how they're our leaders, and then if you don't follow society's rule, then you're evil. So evil, wicked, whatever. It's all ways of controlling you. You tell children these things from young, and they grow up believing in these things, good and evil, and how you should act and how you should behave, and till we have now till today, you have these people who are taking it that one step further. We don't like how you behave, so you get canceled. And so and they bringing up their own ideologies and theories and so-called cultures. That's another one you have to put on the system of control, because culture is a gimmick these days that people use. And I'm gonna have to make a video about my black folks, because we really don't respect ourselves and our cultures. That's all of these. But anyway, I digress. um, yeah, good and evil, as I know it. Well, back when I was in Catholic school, good was those who followed the Lord and the teaching of the religions and all of that stuff, and the evil was the blasphemers and those who committed sin and all of that. But all of these things that we deem as sinful or evil, the seven deadly sins: lust, uh, gluttony, pride, envy. Well, I don't remember them all, but sloth is. I know them because I wrote those in my Bible. Those are as intended to be characters at some point down the line. Um, but I'm not guaranteeing that because I already have enough on my plate with that story. But anyway, um, these things are all things that every animal has. Uh, when you see a pride a lion's attacking a carcass, that's gluttonous. They trying to get as much food in them as fast as they can, so that they can provide for themselves and their families, but they also trying to provide mostly for themselves. They got to fill their bellies before all the others uh, eat and take what they need to sustain themselves. And because who knows when they're going to get the next meal. And that's how it was with humans. You got to remember, we used to be just like that. We used to be hand to mouth, whatever we can catch, that's what we eating for the night. And if you don't catch anything, it's your stomach is going to be doing the growling and talking to you, right? So this is where the premises came after society, after we started civilizing ourselves, and we was been able to like follow the herds and know we guaranteed we was going to catch food and all of these things. So then we start uh, making these rules, making rules that to govern ourselves instead of being able to be free and just running and doing our thing. And that was another thing. The population, now the food can't sustain because the population is just, we need to have more places to live. So the open environment for those creatures. But anyway, and then these things, because of other factors, just like needed to limit food. And imagine if everybody just went out and was hunting food down the way we used to in these days, a lot of people would be going after each other. Yo, that's my kill. Yo, so that's why we start bringing all of these laws and limitations on ourselves. So and then coming with that, believing in a higher being. And this is the main factor in the good and evil thing. And for the most part, it's like, I believe in a higher being, but I no longer follow any religion because it was, all of them are created by man, and I don't believe in following men. So I can't believe in any religion. I believe that's all. And then when I found out about how, when the realization, because I love in creating stories, I do a lot of research in how I was creating the Stone God story, and I wanted to learn more about old civilizations and how they did commerce and how they survived back in, before we had the type of technologies and things that we have today. So I started looking into a lot of old shows because it's hard to find out those things. You might be able to find out about certain types of times, but it's hard to find those things, details out. And that was before I had internet as much as I have now. And even today, the internet is crappy as far as finding information, real information. Bullshit, yeah, it is all over the place, but finding information is hard. But anyway, finding these stories to tell, I started realizing that civilizations, once they conquered another civilization, the first thing they did was change the religion in order to control people. So once you, if you have a faith and then they alter it, and you using that faith, and they change your Bible and everything, and then on top of it, Constantine created the first Bible 300 years after so-called the death of Jesus. And all of these factors, to me, I just don't know what to really believe. So why should I follow in that? I never really believed a lot of things that was said, because if Jesus didn't even believe in the church, why am I trying to go to church and giving these people my money and all of this stuff for something again, So all of these things rolled up, and then I said, no, I can't just follow blindly, man. I have to, I know that this world and universe is wondrous, a wondrous existence and a wondrous thing. And why do we have to have life at all? The universe can exist. There's only one planet with life as we know it on it. And why would all of these planets be built to be able to create life? Why would that be a necessity? So the concept of all of these different systems being able to basically have the building blocks for building life, this makes me believe that something intelligent, something particularly intelligent is at work. And so that's what I choose to believe. That's how I believe nowadays. So, but I usually at the end, just like I will today, I'm gonna do a little astrophysics type of debunking, and because that's another part. That's how I started my whole um, Matrix Doctrine show, by doing these little astro science. I love these shows because they're so creative and they have a lot of information for creating characters. But again, watching them made me see, and how they give out their information made me see that what they're saying is just a lot of stories. So anyway, uh, and that's how the world is with the religion. These are just stories. Even the Bible says the greatest story ever told. So these things made me start feeling this way. And with all of the other control systems that I witnessed with school coming up, I had to start thinking, this doesn't make sense to me. Why are we so, if we're animals, and I know we're animals, we come from living in the wild just like any other creature, but nowadays we're so much more removed from there. We're so much weaker. We can't go back and survive in the wild because we just can't handle ourselves the way we used to. We don't have the hair that we once had. We don't have, so the we need clothing. There's so many different things that now we depend on. The fire, our bodies probably couldn't sustain that cold like other animals can, and hibernating or whatever the animals do in order to keep their, or building that fat, that layer of fat that we used to be able to do when we were without clothing. And so bringing all these factors together, I say to myself, okay, I know I don't want to be that free, but even though it, it's a it's a reality. That is the most freedom that any human can possibly have, is living like in a cabin out in the wild and just being able to hunt and do what you need to do on your own. That is the most free any human can possibly be. You don't have to answer nobody but yourself. So, but today we have to answer to so many things just because we want to live in these so-called cushy, luxurious lifestyles. And that's the problem. Our mentalities, we're so connected to the matrix. Just like they said, I gotta get that clip so I could show it. But just like in the matrix, when do I have that clip? Yes, I do. Oh, no, 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 that's not it. That's not it. No, I don't have it. So, but I got to get that clip. Let me tell you about the Matrix. No, that's not it. Yeah, so uh the you when Morpheus is taking Neo through the streets, and he sees the woman in red, and he stops the Matrix, and it tells him that the construct or whatever, and he tells him that this isn't the Matrix, but it's a training program, and when people are connected to the Matrix, they don't want to leave because they're so connected, and it's easy for the agents who are basically the control, one of the main police of the Matrix. they can move throughout the programs because you're connected to the matrix, and you're so oblivious to the life of the existence, the real world around you, that all you can focus on is the matrix. And that's what we've done. And in reality, movie is basically real life. And it's the only thing that I'm not saying that is that is that it's a computer program. But it everything that we have in the world is made up. We've made everything. If you can believe that mankind once uh we didn't have houses, that one at one point we lived just like every other animal. At one point we didn't know understand how to use fire and all of these things, then you have to believe that we at one point we didn't have words, and we grunted and did just like, or made some kind of noise just like every other creature, and that our intelligence is our downfall because that's what's creating the problems. So what's good and evil if it's all part of this construct of the matrix? And the matrix is the all of the bullshit that we've created around us. Fake money, we don't need these things. Life is right there. All we need to do is sleep, eat, procreate, and have some kind of shelter. That's it, for to so that we can have protection from the others around us. But that's all life is really truly at its heart about. But we make up all of these other systems, money, government. Do we need people to tell us what to do? If you have to go out and work in order to get money to survive, you're gonna have to go out and do it. We just have this system that's put in place that has us fighting each other for every little thing. If you got to get a job, you got to fight for it. You got to take tests. You got to go to school to learn how to take tests and read and all of this stuff. To read, learn how to read made up things. All of the words we speak are all made up, all of them. So we have to go to school to learn how to speak, learn how to read and write these made up words that we make up so that we can speak it. If you look at, well, this that was one of the other shows. Go back and look at the Matrix Doctrine when I talked about words. It's all made up, and these are all things that we don't use. We don't need them. At the end of the day, the things that we talk about are irrelevant. Most of the things that we talk about, even what I'm saying right now, for the most part, they're irrelevant. They don't really affect you. It's just thoughts. These are all just thoughts being pushed back and forth between each other. But at our heart, all we are doing is sharing emotional contact. You need emotional content. So we have all of these emotions that we're trying to share, but because we're not satisfied anymore like animals are, they just communicate directly with their emotions. If they're happy, they wagging their tails and jumping around. If they're sad, they're in the corner somewhere. If they're upset, they're growling at you. They let you know. There is no confusion. But humans, we confuse and hide behind words that we made up instead of just communicating through these direct emotions. So good and evil all stems from these ideologies in order to keep you from being bad and going against the system. You just like when Neo was brought into office and was told by the agents that he had to be watched. They put that bug in his stomach. They told him, "Yo, you're not going to work. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. You go." Well, yeah, that's bad. That's evil. That's going against the system, and that's what good and evil is. You can't harm people because that's evil. Why? Everything on the planet harms something. Everything on the planet harms something. plants harm other plants, they'll harm you too. Some of them have thorns, and you can die from it. If you watch any of those shows like Naked and Afraid or Bear Grylls The Island or stuff like that, where you're out there on your own, and you can get cuts, get septic, and if you don't have some kind of uh, medical assistance right then and there, it could be over for you right there. Well, not immediately, but you die slowly. You get septic, and the wound will get infected, and you will die within weeks, if not a week or so. It will happen pretty quickly, and that's the way the world was intended. You walking through the jungle naked, and you step on a thorn, and if I watch Naked and Afraid, there's sometimes whole fields of thorns and stuff like that. And these people have to walk across the hot rocks. These are things. That's how what light hot uh, edged rocks, where you cut jagged edged rocks that you have to walk across in order to hunt and get from one place to another to get food. These things was the way of life. We had very short lifespans because everything was out to kill us. Everything. You could eat something and get sick and die. It's just anything could have got to you back then. Not to mention the other animals. So, and mosquitoes and sandflies and all types of things that can bite you relentlessly, and you scratch and scratch and scratch and get it infected. And that's it. So good and evil is all part of that. All of these things that back when the world was a little less civilized, and we needed to control people, control how they thought, and we had this heavy belief in a higher being that could dictated everything, every walk of life. Matter of fact, the government had the answer to the church at one point. You just couldn't do something all willy-nilly. And these concepts still hang on, not as strong or as powerful as it once was, but you still hear people talk about good and evil, but it's more in a off the cuff, more casual type of way. But again, system that is based on controlling how you think so that you would do what others, you will basically police yourself. These systems are put in place so that you will basically police yourself and becoming a good citizen. And from religion to church laws, all of these things, look at them, all of them, and then work. All of these things, you go down the line of all of the things that you're told that you should have to do. If you look at them, you don't have to do any of them. Of course, there are repercussions, of course, but you look at if those repercussions only can honestly happen because people are so indoctrinated. Because as soon as everybody says no, then what? Then it doesn't matter what laws are made, they can't lock everybody up. They can't put everybody out of work. They can't. So people need to think these ways. It's not about fighting the system, it's just civil disobedience. No, I'm not going to work. No, I'm not going to do that. And we all have to do it. It can't be just one at a time. It can't be that way. It has to be that all people say no. That's the only way that you can fight the system. You got to unplug. It's just like with these big corporations. People are continuously giving away their power to all of these corporations when all you have to do is say no. We used to be able to own movies, But people said no to themselves having movies because no, I'm making room for in my home. So I'm going to give away all of my power to the corporation. Let them keep the movies and I'll pay them rent to have it sometime. And then if it's up, they control if it stays up, how long it stays up, if it's buffering when you're watching it, or when you got it at home, you put it in when you want to. You watch it as many times as you want to. How long as you want to. You don't have to. You only have to pay once. And and if you bought it after, if it wasn't new when you bought it, you got it for mad cheap. Now the prices are through the roof because they don't want you to own it. They want you to say, nah, it's cheaper to go and pay $7 to $12. It doesn't matter. Video games, movies, all the entertainment, we're giving away all of our power for these ideas that we have. And basically, it's the laziness because all of the creature comforts of life is so that we don't have to do that. We don't want to. Look at what we're doing now. We're even developing slaves. And everybody is, I'm going to do a video about that, but we're even developing slaves for ourselves. Look at what they call Alexa. I think it's Alexa, the little box that you talk to from Amazon, and you talk into it, and it, you tell it what to do, and it does everything that you want them to do. Yeah, Alexa, do that for me. Alexa, put this on. Alexa, do this. Alexa, do that, and it does it. Yeah, that's us wanting a slave. That wants us so that we can sit up and be master, and we have a slave. That's basically what that is. And then if we keep it up, we're actually going to build robots to go with that. Even though the world is already overpopulated, we already deal with those electronic things that's giving us sicknesses. But we would love to have something that we can walk around, not only for the fact that for these uh, weak people out here who need their, oh, we need our animal companions, or what do they call them? The emotional, their emotional pets, and all of the stuff that these people have today. Yeah, you have these weak people who have these uh, computerized AI robots that will walk around. They're making them. They're literally making robots to do all that. Let's try. Let's see some of this shit. I'm gonna find some of these. But they're making robots. They're making robots so that people can sit around and let the robots do the job. Why else? And be your companions, because people are not dating the way they used to, because everybody's supposedly working, but actually the women's movement is killing that. So, but, and is that good? Is that evil? We are basically losing our grasp on being able to procreate. We are literally losing our grip on being able to procreate, because people are not getting down. You see, it's happening over in China like crazy, and then women are literally dying alone because they don't want to be with men. They don't trust men. They don't want to be with men. They don't want anything. So what's what I don't understand what it is with people. So is that good? Or is that evil? Is cancel culture good, or is that evil? Is it good when the few benefit and the majority suffers for the laziness of those who refuse to do what's right for themselves, because like I showed on one of my other shows, the majority of people who get hit by that COVID is overweight, obese. So all they have to do is exercise, and then we don't have to get jabbed, we don't have to wear masks, because then it will be affecting them just like most of the other healthier people. And then the only people who are really going to be maybe the elderly, which they suffer more from sickness and pneumonia and flu and all of that naturally anyway. We and this is it's because to me it seems like this whole COVID thing is just another cold that they're taking and making bigger. But anyway, I'm not trying. That's not what is that good or evil? Is being forced to get jabbed, is that good or is that evil? So to me, anything that obscures me being free, that's not good. I don't know if it's evil as far as the word evil is usually, because evil is usually the utmost, but the utmost is just death, and that comes to everybody. So if something that comes to everybody naturally, just because somebody, does it really matter how you go? I know it matters to us because we want to go in our beds. We want to go, and I'm purposely trying to avoid using the word because people got problems with algorithms and all of that. So because I was on Twitter and I just was talking about um putting on one of those face those virtual goggles to play a video game and running around with one of those things on your face while you're trying to play a video game and tripping and busting your face. But I use the word off your, oh well, I shouldn't say that either. Terminate yourself. That's what I use the phrase, and they suspended my account. So I know that all of these companies, these uh, public media or uh, streaming service type companies or YouTube and Facebook and all, you can't be saying certain phrases, even though that's a euphemism. It's something that just people say off the cuff. But that's another thing. Is this state of no longer being free to speak your mind? Now, is this good or evil? Because I think that's evil. Because we're heading towards a system of control that I don't want any parts of. For real. When I can't speak my mind, when I can't have the freedom of speech, to me, even the freedom to scream out fire in a movie theater, that's not my responsibility on how somebody else acts. That you would rush to panic, that you would rush to panic before you would even go, I don't smell smoke. Who the fool is that yelling fire? You know what I'm saying? That everybody must be responsible, otherwise you're going to be punished. It just seems so strange to me for something that easily there would be panic. If somebody was, if there was actually blaze, somebody be like yelling and screaming and yeah. But just because somebody jumps up and yells in the crowded movie theater, ah, you could be punished. That is an act of trying to cause people harm. is this good or evil? Now, I know people are going to say, oh, hold on, let me see. I got a comment. Not me. Oh, what's up, Doodle Squatch? Hey, how you doing? Heaven and hell are two obvious examples of compelling behaviors. And are they real? Or are they just concepts that people choose to believe in for whatever reason? Is that good and evil, or is the whole, if if the word heaven and the word hell is made up concepts, then is it real? Is that reality at all? That one place you would go would be this blessed place where you could live out the rest of your life, and the other one is punishment for whatever choices you've made in life. Why? When nothing else on the planet suffers those consequences. Nothing. And they all are subject to the same exact things. They all kill, they all covet, they all steal in the heartbeat. And that's the life we came from. So now those very same virtues that we use to survive, now all of a sudden they're sins, and we must be punished and be cast down to hell for all eternity. But wait, if you say, I'm sorry, it's all wiped away. Come on now. So that's what I'm saying. Really? Is good and evil real? Are you good or are you evil? What have you done lately? Let's put it to the test. Yeah, that's what I say, man. Concepts don't make it real. The concept, just because we want to believe that there's a place like heaven, that we all are going. Maybe there is, and maybe they're not. Maybe we just go to oblivion, nothingness. Maybe we just have the energy that keeps our bodies moving. Maybe it just goes back to the whatever. Maybe it just goes back to the source energy that created all of this, and then it's repurposed for some other, who knows, anything. Who knows? You know, it's just part of a whole. But being that we don't know, we afraid. So we make up all of these things. We afraid. Everything we do is because of fear. Everything. We war with each other for fear of not having enough food. Now it's not that. We war because of money and power. So good, is that good? That now we don't use the basics of, we need this amount of land because my resources exist on this plot of land, and I've marked this land off as mine. And if you intrude, I can do whatever. And that's it. That's what nature says. That's what nature says. The How you're born and your God-given right, that's what it is. Man's rights don't exist. There's no piece of paper that can hold your rights. None. There's no law that's out there that can stop you from acting out on your rights. And again, I'm not telling anybody to go out there and do anything stupid. I am not telling anyone to go out and do anything crazy. I'm just saying, laws can't prevent you from acting out on your freedom, your true freedom. It's just that you'll be punished afterwards. uh, but because this social contract, it's so, the funny thing is about the social contract only is your responsibility. All of these other parts of society, they don't give a fuck about you and these laws or how things work. That's why the government is spending money like it's water. I don't believe in. We're gonna do a matrix doctrine about that too, because we're gonna get deep into this topic I'm getting ready to talk about. The government, how it's spending money left and right, and not and forcing us into lockdowns instead of using money and all of these trillions to get people to keep things in perspective and do the right things for people. No, it's all a big power grab. And we're giving up. They have so many people terrified that they're handing over their power and then trying to hand over yours too. And that's what this is. That's what's wrong with all of it. Is because they're blatantly trying to hand over your power along with their own because they're so terrified of getting sick. And the government is making the corporations their foot soldiers on the punishment side while they're sitting back and say, you have to do it. You have to do it. Why? It's so over 99% survivable. 99% survivable. It's it's only a small few that's, and we could wipe out more than half, just like Thanos did, and we would survive. It's not like the end of society. It's not like the end. More than that. It only took 1 million people to sustain life, maybe less than that on the planet. And the planet would be able to replenish itself because there would be so much more plant life and animal life that it would clean up the atmosphere and everything else would go back to normal. The little bit of uh, pollution that we put out there would be overwhelmed by the natural cleansing cycle of the whole thing. So yeah, people need to, that's what we need to do, get back to that more natural state. But we're not going to because we're too, like I said, connected to the matrix. Our video games, movies, and these things are what they're using against us. And those very things are what they're telling you, kiss our ass. Because you see, movies and TV shows, they're not as good, nowhere near as good. They're using a lot of hideous looking people. They don't care what it makes people look like. I remember they said about anorexia. I just got Netflix, right? So I was looking at, I never had Netflix before. So I was watching Strange Things. And this girl in this there is so bony. It's like, Jesus, what the hell? It's not like people was, you had these bulimia and anorexia, and is that good? Is that evil? That they carelessly throw that out, throw these women in front when women used to have all of these issues with that, but now it's the opposite. They're getting so bloated and out of shape. I guess now they want them to start getting these. It's always something, but they don't care. It's like crazy. I don't understand it. But all to avoid the male gaze. They got all of these hideous people on TV today. It used to, well, I'm getting off track, but to me, it's all crazy. I'm gonna do some more shows. I'm gonna be doing some shows all week long. I'm gonna try and do shows on both my channels. I gotta. I'm gonna be doing some cartoons and some old classic stuff. If you, this is a little off topic, but if you guys are familiar with uh, the old puppet shows from back in the 60s. Y'all might not know about it, but look it up on YouTube. Um, Thunderbirds. Um, is it Thunderbird? Supercar. Um, the Scarlet Somebodies. I have a bunch of them, but they're puppets. They were string puppet shows, and if you, I'm gonna be try to show some of the what I can if I'm allowed to. If they don't drag down my show, but I'm gonna at least be able to show stills. So the details, the amount of details that they have, and when in the shows and the adventures that they used to take the kids on back in the day, it's nothing compared to these. Is I mean, well, these cartoons today is nothing when you look back at those shows and look at the details that I grew up with in and the adventure that they allowed kids to experience in this TV programming. But today, the youth, they have nothing. All they have is video games, and the video games are all crap. They all the same regurgitated crap over and over. So, and is that good? Is that evil to not teach your children with the same respect that we were grown up with? To give them those same benefits, those adventures, to show them that they can have all of these things? They talk about diversity, but what is it to just show women punching men and making them men's enemies when you got to deal with men? There's no way to get around it. You have to deal with men. So is that good or evil to create that type of scenario and have children be exposed to gender bull crap and all types of whose sex choices? But when I was a kid, there was none of that in my cartoons. It was all about the adventure. It was all about. It was even the Flintstones had some adventures in it. There was some real spy stuff in what I have. A Man Called Flintstone. I bought that about a year or two ago, and so I have that, and that was all just a spy show. It was a spy movie where Fred is he was asked to replace somebody who he looked exactly like, and and um and he did it, and he goes on this spy adventure and has bad guys chasing him, and him and Barney and all of them are running all over and doing all kinds of things, and it was fun. But you get to experience and have these fun experiences and these adventures that you see your parents watching in the movies, with the adult movies. And it's the same thing with Johnny Quest. Many of the times people would die. They actually caught, kicked that bucket right on screen or just off screen or something like that. The bad guy would get it. And you don't see cartoons like that today. They teach them how to snot and fart and spit on each other. But that's it. There's no real intellect being taught to your children. So, what kind of good and evil is that? So that's what I'm saying. What's good and evil? What is truly good and evil? Or is it just a fantasy, another system in order to control you, to make you judge you, not only yourself, but your neighbors? Because that's what society is. Remember back in the days when I was a kid, they said it takes a neighborhood to raise your children. And that's what it was. Because if somebody saw you doing something, they'd come and whip your behind, take you back to your parents' house, and then they whip your behind too. Nowadays, you got all of the craziness, and kids They're not to be touched. And now a lot of these kids are so pitiful. They so weak that they need participation trophies, and you can't hear anything. They can't hear anything bad or otherwise. So, what truly is good and evil? I'd really like to know, because I think it's just a fantasy. So, what do you think? Let me know. So, let's get to the part of the show where we're gonna find us some. I think we're gonna hit the Big Bang Theory today, and let's find out. Oh yeah, technology. Hold on, I forgot what I was talking about, but I was meant to show a video about robots. So let's share the screen. I forgot to talk about this. Woohoo! All right. So let's go to the video. All right. This is the newest robots, people. And like I said, people are going to get into this. They're building them, so eventually they're going to be wanting to sell them. Eventually they're going to want to sell them. Somebody's going to want to sell them. All right, here we go. Technologies of the future, and which is worth keeping an eye on in 2021. Ready for the most interesting things from the world of high tech in today's one issue. The first discoveries of this year are Samsung's home robots. The smart and dexterous bot hand can determine what material an object is made of in order to calculate the force required to maneuver it. The robot can pick up laundry, load the dishwasher, set your table, pour wine, and even bring your drinks. Now tell me that's not a slave. Tell me that's not a personal slave. Come on. This is what I'm talking about. You don't need this stuff. This is just laziness. People are overweight and out of shape and all kinds of things already. So what are you going to do if you can't even go and get your own wine and put your dishes in the dishwasher? This is basically a slave, man. And you can't tell me that this is not the biggest ridiculousness out there. I'm telling you, people are already pathetic. You don't need this stuff, but people are going to want it, and they're going to get it because that's what they want. This is what I was talking about earlier when I said about the Alexa. Yo, Alexa, do this for me. Now they got a robot doing it for you, adding more electricity to you. More electric current is passing around, and electromagnetic waves are being all are gonna come off of this thing. If your cell phone is emitting electromagnetic waves that can cause you problems, imagine what this thing is gonna be doing. All of the electromagnetism that's going to be around you in the future is going to be compounded and compounded and compounded between your car with your electric cars and your cell phones and your tablets and all of these things. How much real danger are you putting your body in? Cameras on the robot's head and limbs are responsible for object recognition, for maneuvering and manipulation, only the robotic arm, which can... Look at it. It's got eyes. It's got eyes. It's looking at you. Look at it. Look at them right here. See them blinking? Wait a second. Look at that. I want to see if we can catch that right there. Right there. Look at it. Look at it right here. The eyes. See? Before long, they're gonna have a human form thing just like that. As soon as they get them walking and keeping them upright and being able to pick up stuff and carry stuff, they got them. They got them. And they make that cheap enough for people to buy. Watch, people are gonna be having these things in their home, doing all they work for them. Get your ass in there, boy. Get that Worcestershire sauce while I whoop your ass. Look at that. Ain't that a blip? Ain't that a blip? You can't tell me that this ain't robotic slavery, man. This is laziness, man. This is everybody wants one. This is why they setting up the world for y'all to be this authoritarianism, because everybody wants to be a master. Everybody wants to be in charge. Everybody. Y'all keep it up. You watch. Now they got a chef. They got a chef. They got a chef that's gonna be coming at you. Jeez. Wow. You can't tell me. You can't tell me that that's not. I'm telling you, man. That is amazing. That is amazing. You see that? You see that? We got robots that's doing everything for you. They cooking, they're cleaning, they're doing everything. What won't they do next? Come on, man. This is the world. We don't need robots in the world. We don't. This is ridiculous. But this is how it's setting up. They setting us up, and then the next thing you know, I'm telling you, this is what I'm talking about. Is this good or evil? You don't need these things. We're setting ourselves up for big time failures, man. Big time. Let's go back to that. I just wanted to stop this. I didn't want to show the commercial. So what I should have did was cut the CG tracker. Let's cut the CG tracker and we take a break for some comic books. Let's see. Let's see. Earthbound 2. Earthbound 2. Let's see what Earthbound 2 is doing. Is in demand. Narwhal's Earthbound 2. Action-packed conclusion to Earthbound. So this is a second part. Earthbound parts 1 and 250. Yeah, they got the story here. He really has a style, right? Look at the texture on the walls. I don't know. I could have sworn I've seen this animation somewhere on TV before. I wonder if Narwhal's done this type of animation for TV. He has some curious action in here. He does some nice camera work. Yeah, he does some nice camera work. Wow. I've seen his more realistic looking stuff too. I'd be then interested in seeing him do that. Doing something with more meat, more meat on it instead of this cartoony look. I think it's an interesting look, but I'd like to see some of his more realism. Yeah, man, back this book. Yes, let's take a look. Hold on, did I share? Let me come back, see if I shared this. Let me see if I shared. Make sure I shared. All right. Let's check out the video.
Is this guy special? Is he a genius? Is he a savant? Is he, like, what's up? Like, this book, nobody else makes stuff like this. I've never read a comic like this, ever.
I read it, and I got done, and I was like, oh, man, that went by quick.
It's really immersive. It really pulls you into the world.
Totally forgot how many pages it is. I think it's like 136. I read this in one sitting.
This book should be so critically acclaimed. It's really that good.
20 years ago, this would have come out from one of the big publishers, and it would have been celebrated everywhere as this groundbreaking achievement in comic book storytelling.
To me, this is the biggest discovery of crowdfunding.
I don't know if I'll get that kind of acclaim from people, but I'm hoping. Yeah. Perberg, that's Narwhal. Back his book. Back my book. And yeah, check out Earthbound 2. All right, let's see if we can see what's going on with the Big Bang Theory. Oh no, let's see what's going on some more with these robots.
Toyota Research Institute showed its version of home robots not so long ago. The company's engineers are trying to solve two problems: teaching robots to perform everyday tasks around the house, and to overcome the limitations imposed by the unpredictable environment of each individual home. The latter task is partly solved by Toyota's new robot hanging from the ceiling, but it's also unlikely to be implemented in the existing modest-sized Japanese dwellings. Rather, these are developments for future homes and apartments. Toyota is not saying much about the technology behind this robot, but it recently showed off its new lab, which was created to test this very robot. The Chinese Institute of Industrial Technology introduced this year the dual-arm robot system, a robotic system with 2 arms, the total number of joints at 29. This dexterous robot with 5 fingers and 7 degrees of freedom can easily manipulate objects of different shapes and sizes. And they're made of composite material, which makes the...
Look at him. He had a pen in his fingers, so he's going to be writing. He's going to be able to take dictation, all kinds of things. I'm telling you, people's jobs are going to be gone. McDonald's won't need you no more. No more people at the drive-through. Everything is going to be this type of stuff. That's what's going to go first. All of the industrial stuff. Those corporate jobs and all of these things, these are the things going to take you. You took my job. You took my job. That's what this motherfucker is for. That's what I'm saying. We need to get on it quick because these things are going to take all your jobs. You're going to be poor. And then what you going to do? You're going to be poor and then you're going to be begging. Poor and begging, and then what? Because they're not going to care.
Robot lightweight, yet durable. This year, Agility Robotics has seriously upgraded its humanoid robot courier Digit, making it completely self-sufficient. All you need to do now is tell the robot the route or the endpoint and it will go where it needs to go, bypassing obstacles along the way. Digit is the world's first commercially available humanoid robot with 2 legs. Currently, the price is unknown, but it's rumored to have 6 figures.
You see?
The robot can lift weights up to 18 kilograms gently by bypassing people and interacting with other robots. Digit's main customer today is Ford. The company plans to use the robot for deliveries in conjunction with its unmanned car. The robot uses LiDAR and multiple cameras mounted on its torso to scan its surroundings and quickly detect obstacles.
You see? Now no more delivery. These dudes will be delivering your packages, and guess what? No more having to worry about people taking break, peeing, eating, none of that stuff. It's just going to be work, and all of those jobs are going away. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? You think that this whole pandemic thing is bad, and you people are not wanting to work, and they quitting jobs and all of this stuff so that they can so-called the record high quitting jobs so they can claim they can upgrade to better jobs. Those jobs are not going to exist. I'm telling you.
Robots. Let's move on to our 4-legged friend robots. A new and rather unusual robot dog was introduced this year by Tencent. The robot dog Max uses the original leg and wheel connection scheme from Tencent Robotics X Lab, which allows him to both walk on 4 legs and ride on wheels at 25 kilometers per hour. Tencent's software and hardware platform allows the robot to reach its surroundings and control its own balance, as well as plan actions with calculation delays of only 0.3 milliseconds.
Now it's going to replace your dog. Your dog's in danger. No more picking up no doo-doo. No more having to go home to feed him. Now you got this.
This robot can also stand up after falling down. Another novelty found was Chinese copy of the Boston Dynamics robot dog. The Weilane company introduced Alpha Dog Robot, which is able to move at speeds of up to 1 kilometers per hour, move with 10 different gaits, and carry a load of up to 5 kilograms. The robot is also able to move autonomously, avoiding obstacles, maintaining balance, and getting up after a fall, and, according to the manufacturer, perform a number of other tasks using artificial intelligence. For example, serving as a guide for the blind, guarding homes, or patrolling a park. It's already sold 2,000 units at a price of just under $2,500.
Yeah, it is.
Boston Dynamics itself this year also introduced a couple of new products, specifically a brand new robot for warehouses named Stretch, and an updated version of the robot Spot with an incredibly nimble and smart robotic arm. We talked more about them in an issue about the company's robots, which you can find the link in the video description. An unusual 4-legged novelty of the year was Hyundai's Tiger X1 robotic courier for hard-to-reach and remote locations. The robot is dropped off in the night area by drone and then rides on wheels and rises on its feet to step over obstacles if necessary. The top of the robot can easily be replaced with a refrigerator or regular box. The robot has only a prototype so far, but it seems that Hyundai is serious about this technology development and plans to bring to the market a commercial version.
Yeah, you say what you have to say.
We couldn't cover this without mentioning this year's protagonist, the Martian drone Ingenuity. Although it's not exactly a robot, the vehicle opened a new milestone in the history of exploration of other planets. And
that's what we need right there for this. I was really looking for this other one like this.
Despite taking people's jobs, robots have been proven to be essential in improving efficiency, productivity, and most importantly, worker safety. In this video, we are going to look at the most advanced humanoid, industrial, and service robots.
Oh, they're going to be taking your jobs in construction. Undersea, so all of that drilling.
Meet Digit. Manufactured by Agility Robotics, Digit is envisioned to help take care of people in their homes, assist with disaster response, and deliver packages to front doors.
They come up for your job, son.
With its nimble limbs and a torso packed with sensors, Digit can navigate complex environments and carry out tasks such as... In May 2019, Ford Motor Company and Agility announced a partnership to develop a last-mile logistics solution. Manufactured by SoftBank Robotics, Pepper is the world's first social humanoid robot that is able to recognize faces and basic human emotions. Pepper has been adopted by over 2,000 companies around the world. Perfect in retail and finance industries, Pepper has numerous functionalities, including increasing store traffic by attracting the attention of shoppers, creating memorable in-store experiences, stimulating purchase and retain customers.
You took my job! It probably costs less to maintain them than paying people.
Pepper can also gather comprehensive data to enrich the customer base and generate shopper insights.
You took my job! Y'all talk about Mexicans. Look at what's coming. Y'all talk about Mexicans. Look at what's coming.
This is Atlas, the world's most dynamic humanoid robot built by Boston Dynamics, a company that was previously owned by Google and now by SoftBank.
Look at him. Homeboy's running. He out there getting his track meet on.
Thanks to its state-of-the-art hardware and algorithm that allows it to quickly understand instructions. With its 28 hydraulic joints, 4.9 feet of height, and 176 pounds weight, the robot can perform both impressive and terrifying acts, including navigating uneven terrain, jumping around a parkour course, and doing somersaults. All these activities demonstrate human-level agility, so the robot can be perfect for search and rescue operations and performing human tasks in environments where humans could not survive.
Lucidchart presents Lucid Spark, the online whiteboard that helps teams bring their best ideas to life.
They're taking your job. Yeah, we've seen this.
Spot is also manufactured by Boston Dynamics.
I'm talking about these. Look at him. Construction, like I said, construction. They're going to take your job. They're going to take your job. No more compensation.
Meet HRP-5P, an advanced humanoid robot designed to operate autonomously and carry out heavy labor in hazardous conditions. This robot was created by AIST, Japan's National Institute of Advanced Industrial Science and Technology, as a response to the country's labor shortage due to its aging population and declining workforce. It is equipped with environmental sensors and object recognition, full body motion planning and control, and task description and execution management. HRP 5P is based on more than 20 years of humanoid research at AIST.
This dude ain't intended to take nobody's job. Right. He's only intended to be working like volcanoes and shit like that. Yeah, they're gonna be putting the sheetrock in volcanoes and on the moon and shit. Yeah, right. Right, you believe that one. I got some land I want to sell you. I'm telling you, these boys are gonna be taking your germ, boy. 20,000 feet. Underwater, right? You're gonna be putting that sheetrock 20,000 feet up in the air on the girder. Yeah, man. They gonna take your job, man. They gonna take your job.
In those 20 years, the Institute has created 4 other robots, which are the predecessor of HRP 5P.
No more cabbies. No more cabbies. No more truck drivers. No more lots of shit, bro. Woo! No more. Oh, look at all the jobs. Look at all the driving jobs. No more chauffeurs. No more any of that. Woo! Whoa! I'm telling you, look at all the jobs going out. Go. There it is. There it is, son. I'm letting you know now. Here you go. You seen it first right here on the Matrix Doctrine. You seen it right here. We dropped the bomb. We dropped the bomb on y'all, son. This is it. This is y'all future. This is the future of y'all jobs. Look at him. And you see they can run, jump, do parkour, twist, shimmy, something. I'm telling you, they're gonna be driving. They're gonna take all your jobs. Look at him. Pretty soon he's gonna be. My logic's undeniable. My logic is undeniable.
Introducing Serena 4, the 4th generation of Serena humanoid robot series developed by the University of Tehran in Iran.
Oh! No more virgins. No more virgins. They even take their jobs. They take terrorist jobs. Oh no! Let me stop. That's some bad things. That's some bad things I'm saying, right? Somebody gonna send somebody to say do something, right?
With a height of 5.6 feet and a weight of 154 pounds, this robot is able to walk at a speed of 0.43 miles per hour.
Oh, that's too slow. He ain't taking nobody's job. He taking your grandfather's job. He taking your grandpa's job.
Serena 4 has improved.
Just put a cane in his hand. Put a cane in his hand. And he'll be your granddad. Your little granddad.
Interaction with the environment.
Come here, boy.
It can track objects more accurately compared to its predecessors. Its new hands give it better dexterity. With these enhancements, the robot can manipulate a wide variety of objects, including delicate ones, as well as operating power tools.
He taking a long time. He too slow. He too slow. He too slow to take anybody's job. Surrender. He's right. Surrender.
Introducing
My
Aqua,
logic is
an
undeniable.
advanced unmanned underwater
My logic is undeniable.
transformer that can transform itself from a nimble long-distance submarine
Transformers. More than meets the eye.
to a half-humanoid robot capable of carrying out complex underwater manipulation tasks. Designed by Houston Mechatronics Inc., Aquanaut can inspect subsea oil and gas infrastructure, operate valves, and use tools. Operating completely untethered and without support ships, Aquanaut can travel more than 124 miles in submarine mode, has a max speed of 7 knots, and a maximum operational depth of 984 feet.
You think my girl? Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. They got stunt robots, man. That means your job in the movies is gone.
This is a Stuntronic robot, an animatronic stunt double designed to entertain the crowds at Disney parks.
Oh! Everybody's job gone, man.
Combines advanced robotic technology with the exploration of untethered dynamic movement to precisely perform aerial flips, twists, and poses. With its onboard sophisticated sensors, it can make its own real-time decisions, all while flying 60 feet in the air. It knows when to tuck its knees to perform a somersault, when to pull its arms to twist, and even when to slow down its spin to make sure it makes a perfect landing.
Wow. Telling you, man, these things are gonna take everybody's jobs. And we better fucking find a way to get rid of money before that happens. Otherwise, we are screwed. Because what people are gonna do? What are people gonna do when no job needs you? Jeff Bezos don't need you if he got some of these things. You don't have to worry about y'all taking no pee breaks. You don't have to pay for no medical. All of that can be put into maintaining these things. Salaries could go right into maintaining these things. Probably cheaper. Yep. All of the companies get one. The prices will go down. Be mad cheap. Telling y'all gonna lose your jobs and you're gonna be out on the welfare because and that's gonna be gone. Because they're already spending that shit up right now. Yep, Jeff Bezos. This is Amazon right here. This is Amazon right here. Oh yeah, there go your job. That's Jeff Bezos right there. Jeff Bezos gonna be hiring all these motherfuckers right here.
This robot is called Handle, another robot from Boston Dynamics. With its deep learning vision software, this robot can autonomously identify and locate boxes, unload trucks, palletize, and depalletize them.
That's Rob right there. That's Optimus Prime for Amazon. He's gonna give out the job.
It can pick up to 360 boxes in all.
Man. Look at him flinging the boxes, boy.
Its swinging tail helps it balance movements and counterbalance the weight of a heavy box. The two wheels are used for fast and efficient flat surface movement, while the legs are used to take it anywhere.
Look at him. Doing tricks on his brake. He's doing tricks on his brake top. Oh, man. Y'all, I'm telling you, bro. You're losing your job. That's it. No more Amazon fulfillment centers for you. That dude who came on talking about, yeah, Amazon helped me, and now I'm a nurse. You better be a nurse. You ain't gonna be working at Amazon. This is going down. People gonna be losing their jobs left and right, son. Yeah, happy motherfucker too. He's like clipping his heels together. Like, yo.
What do you think of these robots?
Yo,
What areas do you
man.
think we need more robots or no robots at all?
What areas do you think we need more robots? These motherfuckers gonna put robots everywhere. They taking your dog's job. I'm telling you.
Please let us know in the comments section below. And please don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching.
Wow. That was amazing. That was extremely amazing, people. We're gonna have to come back to that some other time. That was sweet. You can't tell me that people ain't gonna lose their jobs, man. People gonna lose their jobs, baby. I'm telling you. People are gonna lose their shit. I'm telling you. Ain't no way people are gonna keep their jobs after you seen all of these robots. Telling you. Hell no. That's the wave of the future. You see where we seen them going underwater. So all of that offshore drilling jobs, all of them high, expensive paying, well-paid jobs that all of you dudes you can see them shits go bye-bye. You gonna see they cooking. So chefs, all them jobs are going bye-bye. Rich people gonna have robots doing their meals. They don't have to have these people on call or living in their home, eating their food, living off them. I'm telling you, it's a wrap. You watch. People are gonna have a ball with this stuff. I'm telling you. They walking dogs, they picking up boxes, they doing the whole nine. It's a wrap, baby. I'm telling you. It's amazing. I was just bullshitting over there, but I knew I seen some robots being able to walk and doing all kinds of stuff, but these guys is doing somersaults. They doing all kinds of things. I don't know, man. You can't tell me that that's a robot. Wow. Oh, check out this one. Oh, check out this one. We got to check out this robot. Wow. They driving. They doing everything. Hold on. Oh, we seen some of these. Let's see. Hold on. Let's check out this one. We might as well take it all the way out. Let's share the sound. Sure. It's nice to share. Oh, that's the way it is. Truly is. We seen this guy, but we didn't see him doing all of this shit. Look at that. He thinks he's just won a trophy. He got the gold. You think he just won gold, man? Look at him. He got an arsenal. Sending them out into the cold. Rain, sleet, snow. They're gonna take your job in all the kind of weather. They taking all of your job. Look at him. He ain't falling. Look at him. He walking over all types of uneven shit. Slipping. Look at him. He almost busting his ass. £10. Look at him. Tell me he ain't gonna take your job. Look at him. Homeboy is taking your job. Tell me what hazardous conditions they need him for. Nah, man, this is for every day, taking your job. Kick his ass. Kick his ass for fucking with you. Yeah, kick his ass. Yo, yoke him up. Put him in a headlock. Yo, man, I wouldn't let him do that to me if I was you. Them's fighting words. Yo, man, why you pushing me? Why you pushing me for? Look at him. Put up your dukes, man. Make him shoot joints, man. You don't want none of these. Come get these paws. Yeah, this is the shit. I saw him doing some crazy shit earlier. We seen this one. I thought I saw a log over here. Yeah, we saw these already. I thought I saw him jumping onto a log, man. That would have been some craziness. Yeah, we saw all these. Yeah, we saw this guy. Oh, you're gonna have some battle arena bots. Battle arena, what's it, a leader? That's incredible stuff, bro. That's some incredible stuff, man. Yeah, that's the one that was jumping up in the air. Yeah, that's some incredible stuff. Flying robots.
New Febreze Unstoppables Touch Fabric Spray. Just shake
That's
and
some
spray.
incredible stuff, man. They got these robots. They can do whatever, man. It's incredible. It's crazy, man. I don't. It's some of the. Hold on. Hold on. They got some more. Oh, homeboy's catching shit. He's playing catch. Hold on. You're going to have to rewind that. You're going to have to rewind that, man. Oh, they whipping his ass. Watch this shit. Get a load of this shit. He's playing catch with that shit. See? He should kick his ass. Kick his ass. What's head to the white meat? Yo, you gotta stick in the corner. Go bust his head. Yo, look at this. I'm telling you, these guys are gonna be able to do whatever they want, man. I'm telling you, man. Look at what they can do. Oh, you see what I'm saying? Kick his ass! Kick his ass! You see what I'm saying? And then he's serving them. Look at this shit. Smack him in the head with that. Yo, you can't tell me. Oh! I told you. Why would you want to build something that could do this? Why would you want to build something that could do this? Tell me that this shit is fucking over the top. Would you want something that with this type of strength and durability to know how to do that? What you just saw? Come on, man. This shit is ridiculous. They're gonna create some iRobot shit and they ain't gonna be satisfied until the motherfucking machines take over everything. Look at him. But you see that shit? This is stupid. This is stupid. That shit, hold on. No, we don't want to see that. We want to go back. We want to see that. No, yeah. This is what I want to see. We got to replay this shit. No, son. Nah, son. Nah, son. You seen it here first, man. You seen it here first. You seen it here first, man. Jesus. Hold on, I'm gonna save this one, man, because that's the craziest. I'm gonna have to fucking get that shit. I gotta get that clip. You seen it here first, son. I'm telling you, that is unbelievable. I had no idea that robotics is that advanced. I don't care if somebody had a controller in his hand operating it, especially if that shit they just like punch some control and some directions into some computer and had it do that, or I don't know how they was operating it, or if that just automatically is programmed into it to respond in that way at some point in time. But geez, I wouldn't want anything robotic knowing that type of stuff. Come on, what's wrong with people? Haven't we already seen enough stuff to know that we don't want things like this in existence? All you need is one person to get their hands on a warehouse full of them things, and then what? Come on, man. Come on, man. They trying to bring about the Matrix, man. They're not satisfied. They're not satisfied. They trying to bring about the Matrix. They trying to bring about total, what's not total, Terminator. They trying to bring that shit about, man. These people do not care. They do not care, man. Nah, son. Nah. That shit is ridiculous, man. No, they can't do that shit. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Oh, baby. And I thought I seen it all, man. I thought I saw it all. Now I have. Now I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to rethink my whole concept of AI and all of that shit, because I got AI in my Jesus Christ. I can't believe that they showed that shit. I can't believe that they showed that shit. Wow. That's incredible, man. I'm telling you. I'm amazed. I'm dumbfounded. I'm stupefied. Oh, shit. I was talking all of that shit, but I had no clue that that sort of shit was gonna fucking actually go down at the end of that whole ordeal. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna have to do a voiceover. Oh man. I'm gonna be like, yo, motherfucker, come on, stop playing with me, son. All right, get out there. Y'all want to play games? Y'all got jokes, right? Y'all got jokes. Get out there before I bust a cap in your ass. Wow, man. That is amazing. Wow. Wow. I'm telling you. Oh man, that's evil. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, this is ridiculous that people are making things that can possibly do things that all you have to do, all that thing needs is to be able to think for itself. That's it. And they're actually creating artificial intelligence so that might be possible one day. Why? We are already overpopulating the world. Why do you need something like that? Oh, man. We don't even need a couple of hundred of them things. We don't. We don't even need a couple of hundred of them things walking around. Never mind a few thousand. Jesus, or a million of them. Oh, my God. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine some kid getting his hands on one of them things and sending them into a school doing hockey socky on all of the people who was bullying him. And oh my God. Oh man, teacher getting black-eyed, man. I was making jokes earlier, man, but that shit right there. Unbelievable. When he grabbed the stick and he snatched it, I was like, oh shit. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that part at all. And then when he kicked homie in the nuts and did the karate roundhouse, he did that spinning back kick and kicked homeboy. Man, wow. Okay, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I literally seen it all. People, you have seen it here first. We have a kung fu robot kicking ass, taking names, and taking the gat and getting ready to put it on these fools. I'm telling you, man, this is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous. We already got enough sickos out there. Now they're creating robots. What are they going to do next? Give them psychological issues so that they can run around with their idiocy? Because they do all this AI talk and all of this idiocy. The one thing that they don't talk about is what happens if one of these motherfucking robots catch a psychological issue. Oh, geez. Never mind trying to take over the world or some shit and some Terminator shit. Just one of the motherfuckers that go, yo. Oh no, man. Oh man. I've seen it all. People, I've seen it all. Oh man, I'm gonna have to put that video in the fucking, oh man. I'm gonna have to put that video in the link or something, where's that video at? Let me see if I can catch that sucker. I'm gonna put a link to that motherfucker in the description, because ass kicking robot. That's what I'm gonna put. Ass kicking robots. Ass kickers. Ass kicker robot. Ass kicker robot video. In the description, baby. Oh, that's Rootbot. Robot, baby. Robot. Act like you have some sense. Ass kicker robot video. Okay, now we just popped this right here. And we'll call that saved. Wow. I gotta start doing that more frequently too. Putting the video links of some of the, especially like when I do the outer space shit, so that y'all could check that shit out. I should have did that last week. Maybe I'll go back to last week's episode and put in that what was that? We took a look at the pause. What do they call that? The heliopause. So yeah, I might go back to that video and put a link to that video, because that's some interesting shit. You see a creator, because I came up with a few ideas for creating characters behind that one. So yeah, man. It's getting close to that time. We got a few minutes left. I want to say that we're here to sell comic books. This is why I'm doing all of this stuff, because I intend to bring Mike. That's what's up here in the corner. Mike the graphic novel to y'all. It's one of it's one of the stories that I intend to be bringing to y'all. And we're going to be doing some on my other channel, Goddamned Comics. It only has like 15, 16 subscribers. So if y'all want to help that channel out, y'all go over there and subscribe to that too. And but subscribe here if you haven't subscribed. Like the video, and and share it, do all of that YouTube thing, help us out for the algorithm, and and we'll see, and you'll see some more updates and stuff like that. We're gonna be uh bringing out all of these characters. And after I get off of here, I'm gonna be getting right into some drawing, and probably heading over to Frega Booms, because he's gonna be doing another Fragtober drawing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be on there next week. I forget what date, but I know for sure because they might have to bump me in case they get some other people. So if not, then that's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. That's what happens, man. So yeah. Um but Mike is in the works. We're definitely trying to get it out there to y'all. We're working on other stories that's going to be coming down the line. We're working on characters. We're working on the story now because we have to tighten up everything, make sure that we can get it to fit into the pages that we want it to fit into. And make sure we have enough, make sure the story is going to be hitting where it hits, or have all of the cliffhangers where it's supposed to be, all of these types of things. But mostly to make sure that all of the hangers fall at the end of the locations where I want them to fall. This is my first time getting into the actual. I thumbnailed a book before, but never to this extent. So this is like really my first time getting really knee deep in all of my creative comic book stuff. So I'm enjoying it. It's hard, but it's hard because I have to learn a lot of things that I hadn't. I haven't. I have to relearn a lot of things that I guess because I like not forgot. It's just that the shortcuts. There are shortcuts to some things that people pick up when you draw. You pick up shortcuts over years. You pick up shortcuts in developing not just a style, but to get into your finished state of the drawing of your art. There's shortcuts that come to that with that, and I kind of forgot some of my shortcuts, and I'm relearning these things. And so that with things that I hadn't learned yet, or not actually learned, but hadn't put into actual actions of my own, like coloring. I haven't colored in years. I haven't colored anything. So my color theory is going to be all just things I've witnessed and seen over the years, and I have a basic affinity for some of this stuff. So and I have been watching a lot of videos over the year, and on top of that, I've been doing a little doodling stuff from time to time. So, but I just need to, like I said, there's a few of the characters that I've finished, but I think I might wind up going back in, depending on how because there's different styles of coloring, and I don't know if it's going to be more that comic book style, or am I going to try more realism, or what? But I'm trying different things, and we'll see how that comes all about at the end. But until the next time, next week we're going to be coming back with some more systems of control. And I had remembered about the robots. Otherwise, I would have done some more astrophysics or astronomy, more astronomy. And but next week we'll come back with that unless we find some more crazy ass robots doing some crazy ass shit. We're definitely gonna have to get a clip of that and put it up. But till the next time, man, please like the video. Remember, subscribe and share it around. Talk about us to your friend. I am Monstrasa the Sex, and come back to us. And remember, two things I want to tell you. The Matrix is designed for two purposes.
Control. The Matrix built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
And not only that, you're still connected to the Matrix, then you're a possible agent. So beware. I'm out of here, people.